Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I want to read on the COVID pandemic. How's it looking in January? What about this new variant? I definitely want to look at that. And what about the vaccine rollout? How's that going to be going? So I just want an update on that. Oh, I just saw the Four of Wands flash at me. Yes, we're still at home in January. Okay, well yeah, of course. The tower is still at the bottom of the deck. No matter how many times I shuffle, that shows up several times in every reading. This is the tower time. This is it. Okay. All right. So in January, that means we're still in that. I did do the last reading on it. I was kind of looking at each month in turn and what it looks like. And that was shortly after news of the vaccine had come out. And so January wasn't looking good. February wasn't looking very good with the cards. March, not so hot. And I was remembering how I was kind of surprised because I was like, well, shouldn't things be better by then? But, you know, now we know that the vaccine is, of course, difficult to mass produce. Or not enough money is being put into it to mass produce it by our government. But we do keep getting the Empress on the bottom of the deck too. New beginning, pregnant with great possibilities. So I like that. Okay, and then we get the Nine of Swords. Worry is a waste, worry is a waste. Right. Okay, all right. So Spirit, tell us a little bit about this new variant. So it's apparently much more transmissible, they're saying. What do you say, Spirit? Yeah, I mean, that is, yeah. That's why it's so burdensome. It makes it harder. It makes it a little harder. It makes it harder to get it under control. Okay. Because it is more contagious. Three of Coins. The experts are consulting on it. Government and medicine working together. Already with the Biden administration, I think. You know, they're already working on a plan, but it is quite burdensome and cumbersome. I've seen it, yeah, then taking longer, right, to get off of our plateau, our high plateau, and start coming down because it is so much more contagious. So it's kind of like working at cross purposes to our vaccination efforts for a while. Is it right away? I heard, and it is in the U.S. It's here, of course it is. Apparently today, Canada confirmed its first case of this new variant of COVID. But yeah, it's in the U.S., of course it is. They just haven't been testing so much for that. Processing the genome. But that's probably the wrong way to put it. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, and the Empress again on the bottom of the deck. Oh, I like seeing that one. New beginning is sort of like underneath. Okay, I like it. And the Tower too on the... Wait. High Priestess. No. High Priestess. Okay, we like that. I thought it was the Tower, but it's the High Priestess. We like that. Yeah, some good cards showing up on the bottom of the deck. We should be hopeful. All right. Okay, so what else about the new variant should we know? Yeah. Oh, same things. We're learning a lot yet. Yeah. It keeps the Tower going for longer than it otherwise would be. We're learning a lot as we go. Okay. But we're also becoming more productive to get that vaccine out. We can expect some progress in that. Okay. It's disappointing, sure, that it's not, more people aren't vaccinated more quickly, but we can expect progress. There's the Empress again at the bottom of the deck. But we're bedeviled by this virus for a bit. Yeah, okay. Right. I've gotten this before, that, you know, they're going to find that we don't always need, that Pfizer, Moderna's there. And then there will be yet another, I feel like still from the same companies, but maybe it's just that the companies decide, okay, well, let's just get everybody first time vaccinated. That'll, along with the people who've already had COVID, that'll be enough to get us to herd immunity as long as everybody keeps wearing masks. I don't know, something like that. There will be some kind of compromise made that gets it done more quickly, gets more people vaccinated more quickly. Now, I wanted to ask about this. This variant, is it going to respond just fine to the vaccine? Oh, right away, I hear this again. I heard this yesterday, that there will be another mutation of this virus too. So that's significant that they will have to tweak the vaccine for down the line, though. Okay. Well, that's not natural. But this particular variant, gosh, why do I keep hearing about the second variant? I keep hearing about the second variant. That we don't know about yet. Well, does this variant respond? And is that the question I was asking when I picked these cards? Not really, right? I was just saying, what about this variant? We're watching and waiting. It still is more overseas than it is here in the U.S. UK, of course, has, and South Africa has an independently developed variant that's similar. Right, the two. The heartbreak is that is why UK is seeing a spike, even though they did a better job of skipping Thanksgiving and Christmas than the US did. I believe the US will see a spike related to this new variant. But it will be hard to determine because a lot of people also traveled on Christmas. But we're hopeful. Yeah, it'll be like, which was it? Was it the travel? Was it the new variant? Why are we still having so many people in the hospital in January? It's like that. I think there will be another spike in January. Ace of Coins. But yet the security is coming in with the vaccine. So there we go. It's just part of the discussion, I guess. The second variant. Oh, no. I wanted to see, does it look like it? Maybe that Ace of Coins it looks like this new variant will also respond to the vaccination. Is that correct? Well, we have this tower. Yeah, I mean, it's like the same, right? Nostalgia. It has more in common with the variant we're vaccinating for right now anyway than anything. Yeah, I think this vaccine will work for this new variant coming out of the UK and South Africa. Knight of Coins, we do have people steadily working on looking for any other mutations, and there's a whole fleet of people doing that. Okay. All right. So it's just a tower time, still in January for sure. Maybe even a greater spike. Is there going to be another spike? The financial troubles of people are going to be an issue. The law, leadership. Oh, there's going to be so much in the news. Trump leaving is going to be in the news. Lots of things, though, moving forward in the right direction with vaccination and new administration coming in. There's Kamala. We're riding it out. There's a hidden agenda. We don't know all there is to know about the vaccine rollout and how that stuff's going to be affected. Like our government knows they want us to be hopeful, but they want us to be super careful. So I think that Seven of Swords is saying, be a little skeptical about what you're hearing from the government, because sometimes I feel like there is, almost all the time, it's really very trustworthy and helpful. It's coming from Fauci, they're almost always. But we did see that there's the ability to tweak things just a little bit because they want to influence behavior in a certain direction. And I don't even know that it's wrong to do that, frankly. Is it wrong to doom and gloom it if it'll get people to stay home? I don't think so. Is it wrong to make people hopeful? I don't think so. So it's sort of like, but there's that, right? We do have to know. For instance, one of those things is the kids back at school. Now, all the governmental officials have been very hesitant to say the children returning to school was the main cause of this huge spike up we've had in the U.S. But I'm telling you, it was. You know? Of course it was. It's always been the reason for the spike in viruses in general that comes in October and then November. It's always been that. It's always been that. Just because the elementary school kids don't get really sick with this, and a lot of them are entirely asymptomatic, doesn't mean they're not spreading it all over the place. So there's been a hesitancy to connect. They wanted to connect it with social visits, right? In people's homes. Oh, these are all connected with social visits. Well, but where are those family members picking it up from? School. The kids are picking it up from school. You can distance, but we know too that if somebody is sitting underneath the air conditioner or the heat vent, it can send those aerosolized particles 26 feet. We know this. So, okay, and we also know you can't keep elementary school kids apart very well. And you can't keep them, all that sanitary. So that may be the hidden agenda. They do want to get our kids back to school. They really do. They want to get the parents back to work. But frankly, you guys, I got to say, as a parent who's had 2 distance learners now for months, it wasn't worth it. I kept mine home. I was able to do that in our state. I'm very happy for that. But was it worth it for them to go 2 days a week for 2 months to get this huge outbreak? I mean, I just don't know. So I feel like maybe that's what we're supposed to be skeptical of. I'm sorry, I'll get off my soapbox. I just feel like we have to deal with reality, and it bites. It's a biting reality, but okay. Well, the Lover's card, the Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Swords, Plan A and Plan B. Maybe Spirit has me bringing this up partly because, Spirit wants you all to think very independently. And, in our state, they think that the kids are going to be back in hybrid on January 18th. Well, by then the numbers in the community won't be down low enough for the Minnesota CDC's guidelines to justify them being back in hybrid on January 18th. Will it be delayed? I'm just going to ask about my area, and we're going to think that, across the nation we might see, there's deep mysteries yet. We have a Democrat governor. 5 of Coins. The financial stuff is pushing. I just don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen in every school district in the state because we're still going to have the tower. And, and the hidden agenda is this new variant will probably make things look worse than they otherwise would. 10 of Swords, completion. So January may be the worst month, but that also may be a completion. February? Well, we're going to ride it out. We've seen that twice now. We're hanging in there. Okay. So it's a lot more of the same, I guess, that we've had in December, but we may have even more in January. But yet we have hope. So this is what I'm seeing. Okay, what about when are things back to normal? And when I ask that question, I just almost see a guide of mine going, don't ask that question. What's normal? When is always tricky. Depends on so many things. But let's see what we have. Oh gosh, we have victory. We will be victorious over this at some point here. We have already begun with the vaccination that will get us there. And Queen of Cups, we will ride it out. Okay. Will countries that are not able to afford a lot of the vaccine, will they get help? This is also what I want to know. Well, some very wealthy people are going to step forward and make that their humanitarian concern. Good, good. Gradual and steady progress toward that. Okay. But yeah, people will be compelled to donate and ask for help for them by their plights. Okay. Okay. They don't want anybody to be shut out in the cold, but there will be some shut out. There will be stories like, okay, we still have problems with COVID here because guess what? They didn't get much vaccine. We still will have that and pulling on people's heartstrings as it should. So, okay, but I think it'll be good. I mean, they will get, it won't be good before they get help, but there will be help. There will be help. But then there's death and regrets. There will be regrets like this. People have died and they shouldn't have died. There will be funerals and we will see that. Okay, so as the rest of the world is making progress against COVID, this stuff's going to be on our TV screens and we will be compelled to donate, to give, to ask our representatives to make sure money and vaccines go to other countries. Okay, yeah, but it's as COVID is under better control in this country, and I think that would be similar for a lot of the European nations, a lot of nations as well, that get a handle on this, and Asian nations as well. Okay, so anything else we should know about all this, Spirit? What about that second variant that I saw? Is that going to be like a big deal? Yeah, it's going to start overseas. It's going to be at first identified overseas. There's another new mutation that I see coming. Nobody's mentioned, but I see coming. A tower, but it's a hope. So something's going to have to change with that. And so that, like I said, I think there may be tweaking of the vaccine. Okay, but here we have the Hierophant underneath. In other words, medicine is on this. They have been on this. They're doing a better job of being on top of this. All right, good. Strength. I think we're getting a lot of cards saying we should be hopeful. We should be hopeful. All right. Well, I thank you all very, very much. You hang in there and just take a moment to welcome all healing and loving and strengthening energy the universe has for you, because there's so much. Take care. Bye-bye.